Hey Girl Scouts, how are you doing today, Girl Scouts? I hope you had a great day. Sorry it took me a moment to log in. Technology doesn't always work as it's supposed to. So we're going to get started in just a moment. We'll see if other people can join us. So we will hang out just a moment. Did anyone do schoolwork today? Did anyone watch TV today? What kind of things did you do today? Well, I had the opportunity to review some Gold Award applications, and that was pretty awesome to read those applications and to see what girls are doing. All right, so today we're going to be working on learning the Girl Scout Promise and Law, and so I've got some activities that will help to make learning the Girl Scout Promise and Law pretty fun. So we will get started in just a moment. Let's see. We've got a couple people online with us. All right. I see Emily's online. She is our online buddy for today. All right. We've got Debbie's online. She is Zoom school meetings. Yes. Hey, Sandra. All right. So we've got a few people out there. Excellent. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Allison, and I'm with Girl Scouts Carolinas Peaks to Piedmont. And we're going to have fun with Make New Friends Monday. So, like I mentioned, Emily is our online buddy, and she is in this chat log to answer your questions. If you have questions about the Girl Scout Promise and Law, if you have questions about becoming a Girl Scout, or finding out about the fun activities you can do with Girl Scouts, or even virtual Girl Scout programs. We're offering some badge workshops and some other activities virtually. So feel free to ask Emily questions. Okay, so let's see. We've got several activities I want to share with you to help learn about the Girl Scout Promise and Law. But first, we have to say the promise and the law together. And so we're going to start our activity today by saying the Girl Scout Promise and Law. And when we do that, we use our 3 fingers on our right hand for the Girl Scout sign. You place that in your right hand, on your right hand up in the air like that. And then you say the Girl Scout Promise and then the Girl Scout Law. I'm going to say a line, and I want you to repeat it back to me. All right, so the very first thing is, on my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout Law. All right, did you say that with me, or did you repeat after me? I hope so. And then we're going to move to the Girl Scout Law. All right. So the Girl Scout Law, I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do. And to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. I hope you were able to say that along with me, or repeat after me. All right. So now that we've said the Girl Scout Promise and Law, which part is your favorite? So, Anna, which part is your favorite of the Girl Scout Law? Is it honest and fair, friendly and helpful? What about Teresa? Teresa, which part is your favorite? Emily, which part is yours? Let's see if we can get a few answers. Oh. People are thinking. People are thinking. Well, I'll let you think, and then you can type in your answers, and we'll move on. We won't wait too much longer. All right, so my favorite part of the Girl Scout Law is courageous and strong, and it's just, it reminds me that sometimes we have to have a little courage to try new things and to meet challenges, and just in life. And strong, we always have to be strong at what we do, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. So, oh, Emily, yours is use resources wisely. That's a great one. All right. So, first activity that we're going to do. Let me find my notes. First thing you need is a copy of the Promise and Law. I printed out copies on paper, but it is very easy for you to take a plain piece of paper and write out and copy over the Promise and Law onto paper. So if you don't have a printer and can't print a copy, that's fine. You can write it down on a piece of paper. So the very first thing, then we're going to need scissors, and you could use crowns or anything like that to decorate with as well. So for this one, we're going to make a puzzle out of it. And my paper, it has a lot of extra white space, so I'm going to cut all that off first because I don't need all that extra white space. And then we're going to cut each line out of the Girl Scout Promise. So there's 3 sections and then the top piece there. So we're going to cut each of those out into line. Now your lines, they don't have to be straight lines. They could be curvy lines. Let's see, curvy lines. Or they could be zigzag lines. Or they could, let's see, get this zigzag line cut all out. Or they could be straight lines. And make sure you get that top section cut out as well. And you're also going to, well, you don't have to cut the title out, but, so what we have now is we've got the title, and we've got 4 different pieces of paper here, and they're all different shapes and sizes. If we take this and mix it all up, then we've got to figure out what order it goes into. This one says to help people at all times. Does that go first? Maybe not. What about to serve God and my country? Does that go first? Maybe not. What about and to live by the Girl Scout law? Nope. So that leaves us with on my honor, I will try. So that's our first part of the puzzle. All right. Then the second, which one do you think is the second? How about to serve God and my country? That's the second. The third, to help people at all times. And the fourth, to live by the Girl Scout law. It would be easier if I could lay this on the table and you could see it, but that's okay. Not today. But, so now we were able to put it together. So taking it apart, mixing it up, and then putting it back together helps us to remember the Girl Scout promise and law. And you don't want to just waste this paper. You want to reuse this because you can learn how to say the Girl Scout promise with it, but then you can teach someone else how to say the Girl Scout promise with it. And this is the same puzzle, I just cut it up differently. And I'm storing it in a sandwich bag, just as you don't have to have them, or an envelope would work. So store it in a sandwich bag, an envelope, and you keep them together. And you could take this over to a family member and have them work it and help them learn the Girl Scout promise. You can do the exact same thing with the Girl Scout law, and we use small pieces of paper. You could also use a large piece of paper or a piece of cardboard and do the same thing and make large sentence strips. All right, so that's with strips of paper or strips of cardboard. The next one we're going to look at is with shapes. And so this time I printed out my Girl Scout promise and law, or this is the promise, but you could also do it with the law, on a piece of paper. And then I started coloring. I haven't finished coloring it. It might take me the rest of the evening to finish coloring it or decorating it, however you choose. But we would take our scissors. I lost my scissors. Okay. And then we're going to cut shapes. It could be triangle shapes, it could be round squirrely shapes, But do you know what a puzzle looks like with all the pieces that fit together? We're going to make a puzzle out of our paper here. And so let's see if I cut a triangle there, and you can cut part of the words. So like this, I just cut the see, there's a puzzle piece right there. All right, and so we're going to keep cutting. And you don't want pieces to be too small. You still want to be able to try to figure out the puzzle and what it means. But you can continue cutting this into pieces, and then it's your job to put it back together into a puzzle. And so because it comes out with so many pieces, you might also want to find another sandwich bag to put this one in. So this is with shapes. You're making a puzzle with shapes. All right. My next, look at the shapes. Oh, this one's fun. The next puzzle we're going to make is with popsicle sticks. All right, so I have 11 popsicle sticks because there are 11 parts of the Girl Scout law. And I picked these popsicle sticks up at the Dollar Tree. All sorts of craft stores and sometimes even grocery stores have popsicle sticks for craft supplies. But you can also save the popsicle sticks that you get from your popsicles that you buy at the grocery store, and save and reuse those popsicle sticks. So what you're going to end up doing is using a marker or an ink pen or pencil even, colored pencil might work. You're going to write different parts of the Girl Scout law on your popsicle sticks. And so here we go. I will do my best to be, and if you make a mistake, just flip it over and do the back side. So once you get it written on there, you could decorate them with your crowns and color them different colors, or there's lots of things you could do to make them nice and pretty. But you've got all of your parts of the Girl Scout promise and law. Let's see, they're upside down. We don't want them upside down. Honest and fair. So once you get them together like this, then you can mix them up, and you can spend a few minutes sorting them out into the order that they're supposed to be, and you can have your answer sheet with your promise and law tucked beside you so you could make sure you get the right answers. But so you've got courageous and strong, honest and fair. I haven't finished doing all of these, but you get the idea of what we could do with the popsicle sticks to make a puzzle to learn the Girl Scout law. Now, once you get this complete, you can take it to a family member and have them put it in order and quiz them on the Girl Scout law. All right. So then the last one that I'm going to show you is using something I have at home that I didn't need anymore, and it might have had a missing piece or two. And so basically I took a puzzle, so this one happens to be a Disney puzzle, and then I turned it over on the back side. And maybe you have a puzzle that's missing a piece or two. Still, let's go ahead and use it. Hopefully it's not right in the middle, but you can work around that. And on the back side of the puzzle, I wrote the Girl Scout promise, or actually the Girl Scout law. And so that was a little tricky because of the edges of the puzzle. And so you've got the Girl Scout law written there, so you might need adult help to get that written. But then you can go decorating it, and you can have flowers or bees or trefoils or anything you want to put on there to decorate it. So now you have two ways to put the puzzle together. You could either use the side with the Girl Scout law, and this might be tricky to put together the first couple of times, or you could use it the way it was intended with the picture on the other side. So that's a fun way to reuse a puzzle that may not get put together again at your house. Does anybody have any other ideas of how they learn the Girl Scout promise and law? I've seen some people do dances and sing songs. Anybody have great puzzles? Okay, and Emily's putting in the material supplies and the log here, the chat boxes. Well, even, I've been a Girl Scout for quite a few years, and even now, sometimes I forget the Girl Scout promise and law. And it takes practice. It takes saying it on a regular basis. And the time that, well, I forget it most often when I'm standing in front of a group of people trying to lead it. And so that's when I forget it. But all the other times I tend to remember it. But it's an important part of me, who I am, and it's, the important part of the organization. So, well, if you have any questions about Girl Scouts, make sure you go to info@girlscoutsptp.org. And if you're new and you want to join Girl Scouts, you can go to beagirlscout.org. So, any other questions? Sandra acts out the lines of the Girl Scout law, so you could have skits with, honest and fair and friendly and helpful. That would be fun. All right. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our little activities today, and that you can go and find some supplies at your house and make a couple different types of puzzles, whether it's just using the strips of paper, the shapes, cutting out your puzzles into different shapes, using popsicle sticks, or reusing a puzzle. Any of those ways would be great, just to practice writing it down and saying the Girl Scout promise and law is great. So hope you have a great evening. If you need anything, you reach out to info@Girl Scouts Carolinas Peaks to Piedmont, or check out our information about our camp experiences at camplikeagirl.org. Thanks. Have a great evening.